welcome back to Happily Booked. This is a podcast where two kindred spirits believe that the pursuit of happiness is the same thing as reading a good book and being able to talk about it. We're your hostess, Brooke and
Beck.
and we're so glad to be here.
Hey, Brooke.
How's it going?
It's going great.
I don't know what to say now.
I feel like this is the one part we're never going to get over. Like, no matter how many episodes we do, we're still going to always be like, okay, what do we say first?
Yeah. So, Becky, how was your week?
It was great.
Since I last saw you, which is sort of a lie because we also work together. So I saw you after last Monday anyway.
That's true. I went home early quite a few days from work this week. Hopefully it won't hurt my paycheck.
Yeah. It never feels like it will when you actually leave.
And you're like, yeah, I'll go home. I'll take one for the team.
Yeah, and then you see your paycheck and you're like, well, maybe I shouldn't have done that. But it's okay. We all need a few days off every now and then.
Yeah, you went home early Saturday.
I did. I went home early Saturday, and I was so excited to do that because the main reason was so that I could edit the first episode of our podcast. It went from Monday we-recorded to Saturday actually finishing the edits. I was just so busy.
It happens. You have animals. I have kids and animals.
Yeah, you're busy. Yeah. For anybody who doesn't know, we adopted a dog here at my household. We adopted another dog. I already had one dog, but we adopted him from a mutual coworker of ours. She wanted to find a better home for him. He was very loved at that house, but he just had to stay outside and she didn't like it. So we took him in. He's a 1-year-old German Shepherd and he's very sweet, but he has some extreme anxiety when he's left alone. And so he's been ripping up our house. So all week, for a few days now, me and my husband have had to spend an hour or two just cleaning up the mess that he has made in our house. And then before I know it, it's dinner time. And then I'm in bed. And then I'm at work the next day. And so I've not even really had a lot of time to do anything, but we're working with him. He's a good boy. He just doesn't like being left alone. So we'll see what we can get done with him. We built him a new crate because he demolished his old one. Completely, like Hulk dog was activated and it ripped it to shreds. Bless his little heart. Yeah, that's basically what I've been up to. I haven't really done anything else.
And I've just been crocheting, and I think I've been a little depressed because the deer ate my garden.
Oh, I feel that. I feel that so strongly.
I can't stop talking about it. It's been a few weeks.
I understand. I don't even have a full-blown garden. Well, first of all, I only have 2 blueberry bushes. One of them's not even producing blueberries now. Probably my fault for not watering them. But the other one's still producing blueberries. So I have blueberry bushes. That's the only food we have here at all. But we had bought sunflowers and some perennials. We planted them and it looked so pretty outside. And I knew it. When we were on the way home, I had looked it up. Do deer like sunflowers? They do.
It's their favorite.
Yeah, they love them. And so we were watering them and making sure they looked okay. And they were some cute little sunflowers. They were strong, pretty. And then the deer ate all of them. And after that, and then they kept eating our perennials. Actually, that's wrong. Our perennials didn't even stand a chance. They just died. We planted them and they were just dead. And so we have some other flowers that I actually don't know what they're called and plants on the back porch area. And the deer ate those. They ate one entire plant out there. And Austin's like, well, we tried. And I'm like, well, I really liked my sunflowers, so I understand. It really bummed me out, like, pretty bad. I'm like, well, I just really want my flowers to live. But you have an actual garden. You have a fence.
Yes, but it's only 4 feet, and they can apparently jump 8 feet.
Yeah.
And I watched her easily jump into my backyard, and I thought, well, I don't know. Well, she's staying down in that, like, the lower part of the yard. She'll be fine. Like, I won't worry about it. And then, like, I went out one day, and I was like, oh, my black-eyed peas are looking good. Like, I think they'll be ready to pick the next day or so. And I went out the very next day, and not only has she eaten all of the black-eyed peas, but she ate the plants down, so they're not going to even grow any more peas. Because black-eyed peas will give all summer. I had a lot of black-eyed peas last year, and I planted more plants this year because I wanted to double it so I could actually sell.
Yeah.
And yeah, that didn't happen.
That's so sad. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I almost cried.
Yeah, that's pretty sad. Like, you work hard on planting something, and then it's actually looking okay, and then the deer come and eat it.
Yeah,
that's pretty
like,
bummy.
I'm trying to make it my livelihood.
Right.
And yeah, so we've got to figure out how to extend the fencing.
Yeah, I mean, they ate my sunflowers, but they were still alive. They only ate like the whole flower.
Right.
They were still alive, and then I got discouraged and stopped watering them, and then they died.
Right.
They probably would have been okay for a little while longer. Yeah.
Some of the sunflowers that I planted actually have like 2 or 3 heads on them.
Yeah.
That was weird. I didn't know that.
They're
I thought they only
pretty.
grew like 1 head.
Yeah, they just grow right out of the stem.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had bought 3 of them, and all 3 of them had 1. And then as we were watering them, more were growing on them, and they each had like 3 or 4.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I thought it was so nice. And then the deer ate them.
I was going to sell the sunflowers out of my garden too.
That'd be so pretty.
Yeah, I just gave some to a coworker.
Yeah.
I didn't make her pay for them.
Oh, it was, I don't need to say their name, but they did mention it. I was like, oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, I was about to say her name. I was like, she
Maybe
might not want me
shouldn't.
to.
Yeah, that's fair. I did want to talk about one yarn related thing. Sorry for
Okay.
anybody who's not here for yarn. Sorry. But I know I mentioned the temperature blanket idea to you a while ago.
Yes.
And I'm really excited to start doing that in January. If anybody doesn't know, which would be completely reasonable if you didn't know, if you're not here for knitting/crochet, I think it was technically a TikTok video, but they posted their TikTok video on Instagram as a reel, and I found the reel. It was this girl on Instagram who posted a video. I was just scrolling around, you know how you do, and she said, I finished week 22, I think it was, of my temperature blanket. And I thought it was so cool. You just pick, it depends on where you live. I think you just have to do a little research before you start it, depending on how your temperature fluctuates outside. She based it off of the high, I believe, in Los Angeles. So our temperatures are going to be different, obviously. But you pick the high of the day and you associate it with a certain color, and you add a row to your blanket for every day, or you can wait until the end of the week, or however you want to do it, and add it all at the end of the week. But it's for every day of the week, and eventually you'll come out with this really pretty, colorful blanket, and I just think it's really cool. It shows the temperatures, and it can be completely original because who knows how different the temperatures are going to vary, and I just think that's really cool. I'm trying to look into some yarn to do it. I have this yarn that I've been using for somebody who's right next to me's blanket. It's called Karen 1 pound. But I'm worried it's going to be too small, and like maybe I need a bit thicker of a yarn because I don't want to like go 52 weeks and have 365 days in it, but it's not actually long enough to be a good enough blanket, you know? So that's my worries and my woes regarding my temperature blanket. But I think it would be fun if we either post it on our podcast Instagram, or if we don't want to do that, we can post it on our Instagrams, or maybe when we get popular enough, fingers crossed yet again, that we can do it on Patreon or something and just show the progress of our blankets too. That'd be fun. And I'm going to start January 1st. So
yeah, I actually was thinking about that today, and I think I was thinking about it yesterday because I was just, I was crocheting. I was like, January is going to be cold, so I need to start thinking about my January colors.
Right.
And so yeah, I was thinking about my colors for sure.
Yeah, I just have to pick the yarn. I need to test this yarn since I have so much of it, the Karen 1 pound. I just need to test it on some needles and see how it goes for like 2 weeks and see how thick it is.
Yeah.
But then I need to assign the temperatures with the colors.
Right.
And pick the colors. I think I want to go with like a pastel theme. I don't really want to do the standard temperature coloring, which it looks fine, and I think it's so cool when people are doing it, and it makes so much more sense, but I just don't like that color scheme as much.
Yeah.
I think it would be a nice...
Emma likes pastels.
Yeah, I think it'd be nice. That's a nice calmer colors, pastel.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, you could do like typical colors, but it would be pastel rather than the harsh.
Right.
Like, if you're using yellow, orange, purple, but it's pastel, I think that'd be really pretty.
Yeah. I keep thinking about that. That's all I've been thinking about. There's not enough time in the world to knit all the things I want to knit.
I feel the same way. I'm like, I told you I took a break from your sweater for a minute so I could make this dress for Ella's doll.
Yeah.
So I got to do that. Then I got to do your sweater. Then I got to actually maybe do some more Christmas presents.
I know. I need to work on Christmas presents.
And then our coworker asked me for a sweater, and I already picked out all the yarn for her sweater, and I was looking for a leaf pattern, and I think I found a leaf pattern that I like, so I can, do her request, but I don't know when I'm going to do that because I really need to do some Christmas presents.
I know. I have like a list. It's in another notebook. Austin was like, why do you have so many notebooks? I have my reading notebook. I have my podcast notebook. I have my knitting notebook. I have the knitting project notebook. Not even the same as the knitting notebook. Yeah, there's some Christmas presents I need to work on. I actually recently bought some patterns on Etsy. I bought like a different sweater pattern to try a different method of knitting a sweater. I'm really proud of how my sweater turned out. It was my first sweater, and everyone's like, oh, it looks so great.
It does look great. I can't wait for you to actually wear it like
to
something.
Since I still have some of the yarn from it left over, I'm going to try to make a headband that matches.
That'd be nice.
And like wear it together because I'm styling in my wool sweater. And I bought a pattern for like a flower. I think it's a tulip. No, it's not a tulip. It's a daffodil. And I bought a pattern for like moccasin slippers.
Oh, yeah. I found a pattern for slippers that's easy.
Yeah. So, and they kept saying it was easy in the real reviews, and from the pictures they would post from their pattern onto their Etsy, it seemed like I could probably figure it out. I bought like 2 other patterns, and I can't. Oh, one's a cardigan. I bought a cardigan pattern and another sweater. I bought 2 sweater patterns, a cardigan pattern, a moccasin slipper pattern, and a daffodil pattern.
That's a lot of patterns. So yeah, you will be busy.
If I actually do it. And I need to get the yarn for them too. And the sweaters at least require, I could probably change it up, but I want to use the wool that they require.
Oh yeah.
Because wool's so nice. Have you have you crocheted? My bad. I didn't mean to offend you.
I try not to be offended.
Have you crocheted with wool yet?
I have not. I might look into that, but I haven't really thought about it.
Yeah. I really like knitting with wool. It feels so good. Like it's a good quality, and it knits up together so well, which is odd to say to somebody who doesn't like knit or crochet. So everybody's gonna be like, this is kind of weird. But if they knit or crochet, they understand what I'm talking about. All right. So, do you have any hauls for us? HAULS hauls?
So I was telling you, I think, that I ordered a couple of books I talked about in the first podcast, plus a couple of other books. But I got the book Beauty.
Ooh, yeah, we briefly talked about that, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
And I think I might reread that at some point, but mostly I was thinking in advance for our library.
Yeah. Oh, you're thinking way ahead.
I am thinking way ahead. But I haven't read it since I was probably 16, so that's been a long time. So I was thinking about trying that. But I also bought The Ordinary Princess, and my daughter's reading that. And then I bought Pizza, Love, and Other Stuff That Made Me Famous.
That Made Me Famous. Ooh.
Yeah, by Katherine Williams, and I'm reading that right now.
Nice.
Sorry for slapping. That was loud.
It's okay. It's your book. You can slap it.
But that's what I'm reading right now, and I actually only made it through the first chapter because I'm reading it at work on break, and we don't have a long time to read. So I only have been through the first chapter, but it's really good. So far, I like it.
Was the first chapter long?
No, not at all.
Just curious.
Actually, I probably should be through more than one chapter, but
yeah, it happens.
It's about a teenage girl whose mother passed away, I think when she was very young. She said she doesn't have a lot of memories of her. And I don't think I'm spoiling anything since I'm still only in the first chapter.
Right.
And
that's fair.
She works at her father's restaurant, and she has dreams of being a chef when she grows up. And she has a best friend who's a boy, and they've known each other since they were about 4 or 5. She had chicken pox, and her neighbor had a son and said, bring your daughter over and we'll have a chicken pox party, which they actually used to do a long time ago in the South.
I think I may have been in a chicken pox party.
That's funny. And apparently they do it up north because this is in New York, I think, or in that general area.
Yeah.
And actually, hold on a second. It's Georgetown is where the restaurant is. So not New York, but anyway. And so that's where they met, was at the chicken pox party.
That's so funny.
But he was a neighbor, and so like they're best friends now, and they're teenagers, and she's starting to become a teenager and get those hormones, and so she's starting to have feelings for her best friend.
Aww.
And so that's where I am right now in the story. And again, since I'm only in the first chapter, I'm pretty sure that's not giving anything away.
No, I think you're right, because the first chapter, and if it's not even a long first chapter, people could read that in a bookstore.
Yeah.
And probably a lot of it's probably in the synopsis anyway, like you said mother, right?
Yeah.
Mother passes away, dreams of being a chef. Like, I mean, I think that's pretty fair.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to really enjoy it. I don't think it's going to take me too long to get through it, honestly.
Yeah. Is it like a contemporary romance?
Yeah, and I think it's for like young adults.
Yeah.
But I don't care. I never grew up.
That's okay. I think it's totally fine if adults read YA or middle grade, especially middle grade. Middle grade is so fun to read.
And I have a young adult, so she can read it next.
Exactly. That's nice. You can go through it and make sure it's okay.
Yeah.
Safe grounds.
And then I haven't started it yet, but we're starting today the first Harry Potter book.
Oh,
we're going to read when we get home.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Then maybe I should just drop what I'm reading and start reading Harry Potter.
I don't know. What are you reading?
Well, before I get into that, I do have a book haul.
I saw your thrift books bag.
I'm so excited. Hold on, let me move these books. I was worried I wasn't going to have a lot to talk about, which we'll get into the reason why after I do the book haul.
Probably because of the dog.
Probably because of the dog. You're right. So I'll just start with this one because this one's not in a package. A lady, mutual coworker of ours, gave this to me. She didn't really like it, which is fair because I gave her a book I didn't like. But it's called No Eye Can See. No eye as in your eyeball. No Eye Can See by Jane Kirkpatrick. What a name. She told me,
Jane, if you ever listen to this.
Oh, I like your name,
okay.
Jane.
It sounded like you were like, oh.
It is sort of like two names put together to make a last name.
Yes.
That's funny. Apparently it's a Western. I don't really know much about it. I mean, she told me about it when she was handing it to me, and I think at that time I was clocked out and getting my things to leave. So,
so
I was like,
yeah.
I mean, I'm so glad she's let me use it or keep it. She said she didn't want it back. So I'm so glad she let me take it, but yeah, I was ready to leave. I know it's a Western. Let's see. I can read the back. Oh, yeah, it does. It involves a blind person, so that's cool. When blind and widowed Susan Culver reaches California with a group of women who have survived tragedy on the Oregon Trail, she sets her mind on doing for herself all that must be done. Though she cannot see, she rejects offers of assistance unwittingly, risking her children's safety and her own. Her companions blindly falter as well, held hostage by their own past, as Suzanne attempts to control her life in Shasta City. Ruth defends against past errors. Failing to see how she limits love, meanwhile, Maisie's vision seems to be permanently clouded by her late husband's betrayal. But when a young stage driver risks all for a Wintu Indian, his life becomes entangled with the turnaround women. And together they are changed forever as they discover that no eye can see all the good God has in store for those who love him. So, I don't know if you caught any of that. I'm not good at reading aloud. And it sounds good. When she was telling me about it, I thought it sounded very interesting. She said she didn't like it. I don't know why she didn't like it. And it's technically book 2 in a series, and I don't know if she knew that.
Yeah, maybe she would have liked it more if she'd read the first one.
Yeah, maybe. So I'm actually not going to read this first. I'm very adamant about starting series with the first one.
Makes sense.
So Some people are like, I'll just go in wherever. And some people do it accidentally. Like good old Beck here, which is fun.
I did not check into it to make sure that was a series.
Which is totally fine. So I'll probably get to this at some point. But I did tell her I think I was interested in Westerns or things set in the Old West because of when I read Dragon Teeth. I dug it. Pun intended. It's about dinosaur fossils. I dug it for sure. So
I definitely agree with starting a series with the first one.
Yeah.
And the reason is they may all stand alone pretty well.
Yeah.
But there are always things that are brought up in a book series that comes from a previous book.
Yeah.
And the relationships and whatever, they all make more sense if you start with the first one.
Yeah. Plot points.
Yeah.
Character development.
Yes.
It can all vary and depend greatly on the book before. Okay, let's give me some ASMR. You hear that?
I was trying not to laugh so that they could hear it.
That's so funny. I'm trying not to be too loud either, though, because this microphone is picking me up very good.
Yeah.
Okay, the first one I want to talk about, I'm actually very excited about this. Speaking of Westerns, this is a Western. But it's also by Josh Malerman. I'm sure people have heard of him, and if they haven't, this will give it away. He wrote Bird Box, so there you go. Bird Box was great. I really enjoyed Bird Box. It was scary. I thought it was so scary, though. It genuinely made me scared to read it at night. I could not read it. Once the sun went down, the book went shut. I could not do it. And he writes horror. I think he might, this might actually be considered a different genre, but I think he typically writes horror. So he wrote Bird Box. I have Malorie, which is the sequel to Bird Box, upstairs, and I'm excited to read that at some point. I hope it's as good as Bird Box was. But he's a very good author. I got interested in this book. I know I haven't said the name yet. I got interested in this book by watching a booktuber. Her name is Kayla, and her channel is BooksandLaLa, I believe. She's very popular. She was talking about it, how it's a Western, and it was really good, and it was Josh Malerman. I don't think it took a lot for her to buy it other than those facts. So it didn't take much for me either once she described it. So this one is called Unbury Carol, a novel by Josh Malerman. And it is about a woman in the Old West, and she, I think, and this could be wrong, and I don't really want to read the back of it, but she, I believe, gets into this toxic marriage with a man, and at some point, for some reason, he does not, I think, love her at all, and for some reason, he ends up, brace yourselves, he ends up burying her alive.
Oh.
So, for whatever reason, I think to get money for her, life insurance, something along those lines in the Old West. I don't know how that stuff went in the Old West, but it was something along those lines. Turns out one of her male friends, or maybe male boo, I'm not sure, finds out, and he's like, well, not my Carol. I'm going to go find her, and I'm going to save her. That's all I really know about it, and it's by Josh Malerman, and the cover is really, it looks like it's going to be probably emotional and intense and very intriguing to read. Look at this cover. Do you like that?
I do.
I like how she blends into the trees, and
Yeah.
I like that her face is in her hands, she's crying, she's had a rough time with her toxic relationship and stuff.
Yeah.
So
she's been buried alive, so
right. That'd mess my day up for sure. It says on the back, this is the Bram Stoker Award-nominated author of Bird Box, returns with a haunting tale of love, redemption, and murder. Ooh. Let's see if it catches that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So I'm excited about that. Rock the world. I'm really excited about that. I really like Josh Malerman. I've only read Bird Box by him, but I bought that one. I found Malorie at a thrift store, so I now have Bird Box, Malorie, Unbury Carol, and I also bought a book called Goblin by him, which I have no idea what it's about, but I think it's more
fun.
it looks really cool.
If he's horror, that sounds like a
goblin.
Yeah.
I should have brought the book down and showed you the cover. It's a really nice looking cover. It's gothic horror 80s-ish kind of vibes. Ooh. And it looks really great. So I don't know. I haven't read anything but Bird Box by him, but
this has to be a good book because you keep hiding it.
It's a funny book to haul. Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Stitch Encyclopedia for knitting.
Ooh.
An illustrated guide to the essential knitting stitches. It doesn't have an author, so pretty.
That's cool.
I don't remember how I found this book or why I found it. I think, you know what? I do know why. Scratch that. The square that I'm currently knitting for your blanket, it has the Trinity pattern in it. That's what all those bumps and stuff are. So it's called the Trinity pattern. And every now and then, you can't see it, every now and then I mess up dramatically with the Trinity pattern. And I thought, well, maybe something like a visual aid for this specific pattern will help me figure out how to fix it, because I couldn't find any YouTube videos. That's my first go-to is YouTube with knitting. Like it's so much better to just watch somebody do it and then you imitate them than looking at a book. Unfortunately, this is my third knitting book and I've not opened any of them.
I agree with you though.
Yeah, it's so much easier. So that's why I looked it up. But I was trying to find where it would be cheapest because it's not a big book. It's thin, and I don't want to pay oodles of money for a book that's 70 pages. I looked it up on Amazon. That's just more my go-to normally because we have Prime, so 2-day delivery. And it was like $80.
Wow.
It was, or 75, 70, something absurd. I guess $1 for a page. So then I looked on thrift books and it was only like $5 or something. And I was like, well, I would be a fool to not buy it on thrift books. So I bought it. It's really pretty. The illustrations are really nice. Nice
really
colors.
like thrift books.
See these color schemes?
That's
the pale?
cute. Yeah.
That's what I'm going for my blanket.
Yeah, I like that.
It's really pretty. There's a crochet one too.
Oh.
Yep.
I might have to keep that in mind.
Yeah, see, it's actually right there. It's got an orange cover.
Cute.
And they have an embroidery one too, which I thought about looking at the embroidery one because I want to get into that.
I thought I did till I tried to do those purses. And
Yeah.
I don't have the patience.
Yeah.
I used to embroider when I was younger.
Yeah.
And I thought, I can do this. No.
No.
And I think part of it is because I have carpal tunnel now.
Yeah.
And it just hurts so bad.
So yeah, that was my book haul. I haven't bought any more yarn or anything else that I want to haul. I got a dog, but I already talked about that. Haul my dog. Have you finished anything? Any books you want to talk about?
I haven't. I did finish Killer Jam, and that was good. I tried to find the third one on Audible, but I didn't see it.
Really?
But I think it's on Kindle.
Yeah.
So I can go on. I'm not sure. I have to go back and relook at it.
That's
Plus, I didn't
odd.
want to spend the money on Audible.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure how I signed up for Audible, if we're honest.
Yeah. I know you called me and I was like, well, I don't really know, to be honest with you, because I was asking you questions that I thought could maybe be the reason. You're like,
the
no.
card number that they had on file, like the last 4 numbers, they're the only ones you can see. And I'm like looking at it and I'm like, first of all, I don't even have a MasterCard. It said it was a MasterCard.
Really?
And I don't have one. And the last 4, I'm like, and I'm thinking about my mom's card. Like, did I borrow my mom's card to do something?
And not
but it's
think
a
about
Visa.
It. Yeah.
And so I'm like, what the heck? What is this card? Did someone pay for Audible for me? I don't know. So I canceled it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know where the money was coming from.
Yeah.
And so I might go back in and redo it. I don't know.
Have you looked into, I don't know how it's pronounced. It's either Scribd or Scribd, but have you looked into that other app that I told you about?
I did not.
That's where I listen to most of my audiobooks.
I might check that out this afternoon.
Yeah, they have a pretty good selection. And I think it's only like $11.99 a month, I think, something like that.
Yeah, that's
it's
not bad.
I think it's cheaper than Audible.
Yeah, Audible is like $15.
Yeah.
It was $14.99.
Yeah.
Let's just round it up, guys. I don't know what the whole 99
I don't know what's up with
thing
the 99.
is. It's $15.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, I want to keep doing those on the audios because Ella was interested in those. So I want to see if I can do that. I'll look into that one and see.
Yeah, I thought Killer Jam was fine. Just like as cozy mysteries go,
Yeah, the second one was better.
Yeah.
I think. So I'm interested to see where they go with the third one.
How did I listen to Killer Jam? I don't remember if I listened to that on Audible or if I listened to it on Scribd. It may have been Audible because you were telling me about it and I just instantly downloaded it. I have no self-control. There's Fatal Frost. That's the second one.
Yep.
So I have that on Audible. Oh, it must have been Scribd. See. Ooh, don't play that.
Is that the saucy one?
That is the saucy one. Yeah, I had Killer Jam on Scribd.
Okay.
So
yeah, I'll have to look it up on there. And hopefully the third one will be there.
Let's see. Dewberry Farm Mysteries audiobook. There's 3.
Oh, look at that.
Deadly Brew.
Yeah, I think that's the third one. I'm pretty sure.
When were these published?
I feel like it was like in the 90s, but I don't
So
know.
you would think there'd be more assuming she went on.
I think she has like, I
Oh.
feel like there's 4 or 5 in the series, but I don't really know because I never read the series before, obviously.
Yeah, I don't know.
You were talking about the book that I forget which one it was. That was about archaeology,
Oh,
digging up bones.
Dragon Teeth?
Yes.
Yeah.
So a good series, if you like archaeology and mysteries, is the Amelia Peabody series.
I've heard of that.
It is so good. I've actually only read the first one, and I was in my I love Adrian Paul phase. For anyone who's old and know who Adrian Paul is, he was the Highlander on the TV series, not the movie. That's Christopher Lambert. Not as cute. Anyway, sorry if you like Christopher Lambert.
Snap, snap.
So I always imagined Adrian Paul as Amelia Peabody's love interest in the books. He becomes her husband. I don't think that's giving anything away. Well, it might, but I don't think it will change how you feel about the first book.
You'll be all right.
I forget what the first book is called. I'm always like, Mom, which one is the first one?
You said Amelia Peabody series?
Yeah.
Crocodile on the Sandbank?
Yes, that's it. Pretty sure. I've only actually read that one, and then I started the second.
Curse of the Pharaohs?
I either
These
started
look
the
cute.
second one or the third one.
These look really cute.
They're really good. The first one is really super packed full of adventure, and I don't know why I didn't finish reading the next one that I started reading.
So these are like only set in like Egypt, basically?
So,
At least the covers make me feel like that.
So yes, when they are in the season, they go to Egypt. The one book that I started reading starts off in England.
Oh.
And she's having a tea party, which is not her thing at all.
Yeah.
And you totally know that just from reading the first one. And her son comes in. I feel like I might have finished reading it. I just don't remember how it ends.
Yeah.
So I actually am wanting to go back and start that series again and read all of them. That's my mom's absolute favorite series.
Oh, nice.
And we used to have a cat named Peabody.
Oh, cute.
So if you like archaeology and you like mystery, that's a good one. And then there was another series. I need to look it up and see what it was that I actually read like more in this. I read the whole series of that one and was really sad when there weren't more to it.
Yeah.
Than I did with the Amelia Peabody series. It might even be written by the same lady, but I can't remember.
Yeah, no, I've heard of
Elizabeth
Amelia Peabody as in like the series, probably from another podcast. Yeah, they look good. You know what those covers reminded me of? They
What's
reminded me of the Magic Treehouse series. Did you ever
I have not.
You've never read those?
It sounds familiar, but I've never read them. I know that for sure.
I know they're like little. There it is. They're like middle grade action books. And I think they might involve, it's been a long time since I've read one, but I read them in, I think, elementary school. I used to have several of them. It's a very long series. They're very short books, but if I could roughly sum it up, they're either grandchildren or niece and nephew of this man who is like an explorer. Mm-hmm. And somehow he sends them messages saying that he needs their help with something. And they go into this treehouse, and it's the magic treehouse. And if they open the book that's talking about the place, or if they think hard enough, again, I haven't read them in a long time, but I know I enjoyed them. They'll get transported to that place, and then it's like action from then on out, whether they're like running from a tiger or they're looking for a certain dinosaur, wherever they go. So they're pretty fun. I haven't read them for a long, long time. But I really enjoyed it. I've been thinking about those a lot recently. I don't know why.
That sounds interesting. I think I might like to read that too.
Yeah.
So many books, so little time.
Yeah, for real.
This series that I'm trying to remember, the girl who's like the star of the book, protagonist, yes, is what they're called.
I know. It's like, do we need to study our lingo or what?
She is not an archaeologist, but she works at a museum. Mm-hmm. So she's kind of in the world of archaeology and like antiquities.
What a word.
Yes. Well, I know some words. And somehow she meets this guy who steals antiquities, and she falls in love with him.
Oh,
but
conflict.
he's like, yes, he's like very antagonistic towards what her goals are. Like she's totally against what he does, obviously, because she's wanting to acquire them legally, and he wants to acquire them illegally.
Right.
And she wants them for historical purposes, and he wants them for money.
Right.
But there's like 3 or 4 books in that series, I think. I just thought of it when we were talking, which is the only reason why I can't think of anything. I have to find out who wrote it and what the books are called, because I really enjoyed that series. It was fun to read.
Next week, once you have looked it up, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's see, what did I finish? Oh, wait, never mind. I haven't finished anything.
Dog.
I've been a little behind because of our sweet pooch. So I'm still currently reading all 3 of the books I talked about last week. Still reading Eclipse the Moon, which I'll probably finish pretty soon. I think I only have like 2.5 hours left in the audiobook. So whenever I can find time to listen to it, I will. I'm still enjoying it. It's very spicy. Very, very spicy.
Don't listen with your children.
Please do not do that. Only adults may listen. But it's pretty good. After getting so far into it, it's sort of like, this is just strictly, and I know novels are for entertainment, but like this is just strictly entertainment. Like what really was the plot? Like, I think I've enjoyed it just fine. I can't really say how many stars I would give it yet, but it's probably going to be like a 3, which is just sort of like average for me. Like, I could have lived without it, but it was fine. I kept going for a reason, so it was good enough.
Right.
After listening to it now, though, it's like the only point for her to write this was just to have some fun, I guess. Like have some fun, some clash between characters, some drama. But and I also didn't realize it when we first talked about it last week. It's not following the same people that it followed in the first book.
Oh.
So it is from a different point of view, which was fine. But it was just sort of like she didn't really have to write this. I think, and she could do whatever she wants. She's the published author, not me. But what was the point?
So she could make some money. Yeah.
So that's fair, I guess. But it didn't really need to happen, I guess is what I'm saying. But it was okay. There are some plot points from the first book that it is sort of answering to now. So I guess that's okay. That's fine. I'm not finished with it yet, so I can't really give it a rating. I mentioned this to you earlier. I think my Kindle might be broken. I'm really sad. When I took Pumpkin the cat to the vet for her first vet visit, I was just sitting in the waiting area, and I thought, well, I brought my Kindle, so I'm going to pop that bad boy open and start reading The Wolf and the Woodsman some more, because I enjoyed that one.
Right.
And the screen, when I say this, people are going to think, well, Brooke, just charge it. The screen won't come up. Like, the lock screen that appears when I flip it open comes up, and then when I swipe it, like it tells me to swipe it, I do that, and that goes away, and what's supposed to come up is where I left off in the book.
Right.
But nothing's coming up after that. The screen's just blank, and I don't know what happened.
Oh, no.
So I kept locking it, closing it, opening it back up, because it doesn't turn off. It only turns off when it's dead. I don't know. I think that was just a battery thing that they decided to design with the Kindle. Mm-hmm. It's the Kindle Paperwhite, but it does not actually turn off unless it is dead. So all it does is lock and goes to like a screensaver kind of thing. And I just kept trying it over and over and over again, but it wasn't working. So I don't know what to do about that. Maybe I'll get a new Kindle for Christmas. Austin got me my Kindle Paperwhite for Christmas. Or my birthday. I don't know. He spoils me.
He's a good husband.
Oh. That was Ranger's squeaky toy. So I might get a new Kindle maybe, but one that actually has color.
For your anniversary.
Yeah. Ooh, I forgot. We're going to have a wedding anniversary. How exciting. But the Kindle Paperwhite doesn't have color. Like, it's just black and white. Hence the Paperwhite aspect of the name. I think I would enjoy it a little bit more if it had color, so I could see the covers better. So I don't know. That was my whole spiel with the Kindle. But I am also still currently physically reading Anne of the Island. I almost said of Avonlea again, but that's the second one. And I'm still on the third one. I'm enjoying it. It's very sweet, as always. Anne's making friends at university. She's also making friends with people I don't like. Because I just don't like... I don't think they're good for Anne, but Anne is too sweet to tell them to go anywhere else, you know?
Yeah.
She's lost some friends, so that's unfortunate. I think the Anne books are really sweet. They subtly dive into like grief and loss, and like also family and found family and just love all around, and I think it's really sweet. So I'm still enjoying that one. I think I'm about halfway through. It's pretty good. My life goal for Anne is to finally marry Gilbert Blythe, and she's I guess I shouldn't say anything, but so every time they interact in the book, I love it, and I want it to continue. They are so cute. Yeah, when you bought The Ordinary Princess, did you get the Puffin Classic version?
I don't actually have it on me right now, so I don't think.
Did it sort of resemble this kind of design?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
It was the other cover, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fair. You can buy whatever cover you want.
Well, I think I clicked on it before you mentioned that.
Oh yeah,
and I ordered it before.
Yeah.
So
I think you ordered it sitting here when you ordered Harry Potter.
Yes, but I didn't get it the same time I got Harry Potter.
Was not amazing.
That was so funny at the beginning of the podcast when you're like, I have Prime, so 2-day delivery. Now I'm thinking, or same day.
Yeah, kind of amazing sometimes. Let's see. So yeah, I haven't finished anything. That's what I'm currently reading. I do have an idea of what I want to maybe start reading next.
Ooh.
I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if Pumpkin needs to pick these or if I should just pick them because I'm a human being as an adult and I don't need my cat to pick my books.
Yeah, but that's a really cute thing.
Yeah, I know.
And you should definitely record her choosing and put it as a reel.
It's so funny. I'll just put like little bits of cat food on the dry cat food. Wet cat food is not going on my books.
No.
And I just sort of set her down and see which way she goes. It's not
scientific.
Yeah, it's nothing special. It's funny though. I'm not sure. I think I've been feeling like I want to read something by W. Bruce Cameron recently. Have you ever read anything by him?
Mm-mm.
He writes the A Dog's Purpose books, like A Dog's Journey, A Dog's Purpose.
Right.
There's A Dog's Way Home.
They made one of those into a movie, correct?
Yes.
Yes. I've seen the movie, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I have the first 3 books. I don't know how many there are in the actual series, but I have the first 3 books, and I've read the first 2. And wow, if you love dogs, I would definitely recommend them, but I would also be a little cautious because it's also a little heartbreaking. But they're very sweet. We talk about the companionship between dogs and people, and the stories behind it is just, they're so sweet and so fun to read about. But like all good things, they come to an end, and it's pretty, it can be a little rough. Get it? Rough? It can be a little rough depending on your circumstances. But I found this one at a Barnes & Noble that was closing. It's called The Dog Master, a novel of the first dog by W. Bruce Cameron. And I thought, well, that sounds amazing. I'm going to get that. And it was on sale because the Barnes & Noble was closing anyway. Everything was like 75% off. It was amazing. Me and my mom left with like 44 books.
That's awesome.
Yeah, half of them were hers, half of them were mine. But it's called The Dog Master. It's got a really nice cover. It's got what I assume it's supposed to be like a wolf.
Yeah, it looks
on
like
the front,
a wolf.
since it's about the first dog. I would assume it's a wolf. And I don't really know anything else about it. I assume it has something to do with like some of the first people interacting with the dogs and gaining a relationship from it. And I'm sure it's going to be really sweet and really action-packed and probably really heartfelt. I'm probably going to cry. Anything to do with dogs makes me cry. You could just show me a puppy and I would cry. So there's that I might want to read. And then there's a mystery thriller, Becky, called The Woman in the Window by A.J. Finn.
I'll read it.
Yeah. I watched the movie adaptation on Netflix with my friend recently, and it was okay. It's about this woman lives in her townhouse, and she has, I forget what it's called. It probably says it on the back. It does not say it on the back. She has the fear of going outside.
Oh, I know this.
Yeah. Every time somebody asks the question, it's like, well, I knew until you were saying it. It's
agoraphobia.
It's called agoraphobia. Yep. So she has she has agoraphobia. So she's scared to go outside. So she dwells inside. I think she's a novelist or something, a therapist, something where people come to her, and she makes friends with new neighbors. They move in across the street, and she becomes friends with the wife. And then one night, she's just in her townhouse, living her life, and she looks through the window and sees some kind of conflict occurring in the house across the street with the lady she just befriended. And she sees what she thinks is quite possibly a murder of her friend.
Oh.
And so she tries to figure out what's happening. Like, did she actually see this? Did somebody actually kill her? Who killed her? And she reports it to the police, and they show back up. And her neighbors, the husband comes across the road with another lady, a lady who claims to be the woman she befriended, but she's like, you're not the same woman. That's not you. You're not her. I saw her. She was in my kitchen, and you are not the same person. They're like, oh, yes, she is. What are you talking about? And so throughout the whole thing, you're just trying to figure out, is this actually happening? What's going on? Did she actually die? Who killed her if she died? What's happening? And so it's pretty good. I haven't watched the YouTube video that I looked at about this because I watched the movie. It was fine with my friend. I think it probably could have been done a little bit better, but that's just my opinion. There was a tag, and it said the woman in the window movie completely butchered the plot twist. I was like, oh. So okay, what was the plot twist supposed to be? So I'm gonna read it at some point and see what the differences are.
It sounds like Rear Window with a twist. Yeah, it's an Alfred Hitchcock. And Jimmy Stewart is he's got injured, so he's in a wheelchair, and he's bored. He has nothing better to do than to look out his window.
Oh, that's
and
weird.
he sees Raymond Burr commit a murder across the way, and no one believes him.
Yeah.
And it's the Castle. I don't know if you ever watched the TV show Castle. They did an episode on Castle where it was like Rear Window, where Castle was in a wheelchair.
Oh.
And he witnesses what he claims is a murder across the street, and like
Nobody
everyone's
believes him.
telling him he's crazy.
Yeah.
So it sounds similar to that.
Yeah, that sounds really good. I mean, that's a good hook for an idea, in my opinion. Like, and I love that it's like slightly psychological too. Like, what's really going on?
I prefer psychological thrillers over just gory stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see the need necessarily for gore.
Yeah.
But when it messes with your mind and you don't know what's happening, so you're scared just because you don't know what's happening, I love that.
You might like this movie. I don't remember. I think it's on Hulu. Hulu again. Here we go. It's called Fear of Rain. And it's about this girl whose name is Rain. And she is a diagnosed schizophrenic who is having trouble with her medication, like trying to figure out a proper balance for her. And she thinks she witnesses something happen. Across, like with her neighbors, and so she's telling everybody and nobody's believing her. It gets really suspenseful and psychological because you're like, I want her to be right, but is she right? Like, what's actually happening?
Right.
And it's a really good movie. I thought it was really good. I wanted to watch it with one of my friends, but she wasn't very interested in it. So one day I just went ahead and watched it, and I was like, this was a great movie. I wish everybody would just
I wish
watch
my
it.
friend had watched this with me.
Yeah, and I don't think it's very popular. I don't think most people know about it, but it's actually pretty good. So yeah, you might like that. Fear of Rain on Hulu.
I might have to check that out.
So that was another book I might start. I might also start The Glass Hotel by Emily St. John Mandel. She wrote Station 11 that I boasted about last week so much that I'm constantly boasting about. Honestly, it's not even last week. It's all the time. So I was thinking about this because I've been told that you have to read this. Well, you don't have to, but in order for it to really make good sense, you have to read Station 11 and this, which is The Glass Hotel, in order to fully appreciate her newest pandemic book that we talked about called The Sea of Tranquility. So apparently it mentions people from Station 11 or the occurrences or places. I'm not entirely sure. And same thing for this. It mentions the Glass Hotel. What's what I've heard. So that's the Glass Hotel by Emily St. John Mandel. I don't really even know what it's about, but since it was by her and I found it for pretty cheap, I just went ahead and bought it. Let's see what it says. Vincent is a bartender at the Hotel Kaye, a 5-star lodging on the northernmost tip of Vancouver Island. On the night she meets Jonathan Alkaitis, a hooded figure scrawls a message on the lobby's glass wall. The scribed message says, "Why don't you swallow broken glass?" Oh, okay. High above Manhattan, A greater crime is committed. Al-Qaeda is running an international Ponzi scheme, moving imaginary sums of money through clients' accounts. When the financial empire collapses, it obliterates countless fortunes and devastates lives. Vincent, who has been posing as Jonathan's wife, walks away into the night. Years later, a victim of the fraud is hired to investigate a strange occurrence. A woman has seemingly vanished from the deck of a container ship between ports of call. In this captivating story of crisis and survival, Emily St. John Mandel takes readers through often hidden landscapes, campgrounds for the near homeless, underground electronica clubs, the business of international shipping, service in luxury hotels, and life in federal prison.
Wow.
Rife with unexpected beauty. Yeah, so that sounds interesting. I didn't even know really what it was about, but I'll probably like it. I can't imagine I won't like anything by her at this point, since I love Station 11 so much. And I constantly keep thinking about rereading it, and it's really short, so I might do that. So that's what I might read. I just felt like I didn't have anything to offer the podcast because I haven't finished anything.
I felt like you had more to say than I did.
I won't shut up sometimes, Becky. You gotta stop me. You gotta stop me.
No.
This went by quick.
It did feel quick.
But we're only at an hour, and I feel like I don't want to have to edit too much out.
They don't all have to be hour long, though.
I know. I thought 45 to an hour was okay. We'll see. Yeah. I'm so torn. I might read Station 11. I might start Harry Potter. I don't know what I want. I don't know what I want. I just have to finish Anne of the Island. I'm enjoying it, but normally I have this problem where if I'm consistently reading and I'm doing perfectly fine, it won't take me more than a week to finish a book.
Right.
Like 1 to 2 books even. If I just have had the time and it's just working out great in my favor, I can read so quickly. And I have this problem where if I'm still reading a book for over a week, I'm like, even if I like it, I'm like, should I just not? But like, I'm enjoying Anne of the Island. I don't want to stop reading Anne of the Island. But I'm like, okay, I'm kind of ready for something else now.
You'd be done with it if you hadn't have had the trouble this week.
You're right. I know I had DNF 3 books in a row, and I was like, well, this is a shame. Because 2 of them for sure I thought I'd like. And then 1 I was like, well, I've had it on my shelves for so long, I just went ahead and started reading it, and it was just, I did not like it. I wanted to throw that book across the room. I didn't like the characters. I thought they were stupid. But it's...
I was just going to say, the only reason I haven't started Harry Potter yet is because I was watching this show with the girls.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt about the characters on this show.
Yeah.
I was like, I hate everybody.
Yeah.
None of them are nice.
Yeah, and you said that was, I think you mentioned that at work. It was, they're like teenagers.
Yeah, it's No Good Nick.
Uh-huh.
And really, the only reason I watched it was because Sean Astin plays the dad and Melissa Joan Hart plays the mom.
Uh-huh.
And Sean Astin's character was the only one I even halfway liked, because he only did one thing that wasn't very nice, but I liked him so much before I found that out.
Yeah. That
it was really hard for me to hold it against him.
Yeah.
But all the other characters were so
angsty.
What's the word? They had so many flaws.
Yeah.
I didn't like them.
Yeah.
So then when it showed what they did that was wrong, it made me hate them more.
Yeah.
And I still only like Sean Astin's character, to be honest with you, through the whole thing. He's the only one I really like. And the girl said that there were, at the end, at the very last episode, there was like this twist thrown in at the end. And they were both like, yeah, there was supposed to be a 3rd season, but it didn't have good ratings. And I was like, I wonder why.
Yeah, well, geez, you're not really surprising me. Yeah, when I was reading that one book that I really didn't like and I wanted to throw it across the room, which I'm not going to say the name of it because I don't want to like mess anybody up.
You don't offend anyone.
Yeah, one day we might talk about like books we didn't like just for fun. But yeah, I didn't like it. And it's almost not fair because it was a YA book and I am not a YA.
Yeah.
And so I'm not the, I'm not who the book is for.
Right, the target audience.
Yeah, but I could be. I do like some YA. I like some middle grade. I mean, you just like some books, and that's perfectly fine. But I did not like these characters. I thought they were so dumb, and the ones that weren't dumb got treated like crap by the ones who were dumb. Yeah. And like I just didn't like, they were so mean for no reason. They were ungrateful. I just didn't like it. There was a lot of, I think I can't deal with the angst, with the teenage angst. I can't deal with it. Yeah. And they had a lot of that because I mean they were teenagers. But I did have it on my shelves for a couple years now, and I was like, well, I need to go ahead and read that. It was a cover buy. I just saw the cover, and I was like, oh, that's beautiful. And it was at a used bookstore down the road. I was like, well, I'm going to get that because it's cheap, and this looks like a nice cover, and I might like it.
Well, here's the thing. We were young adults at one point.
Yeah.
The one thing I think about a really good book is if it's meant for young adults and older people can like it too, and vice versa.
Yep.
When I think about how I was as a young adult, sometimes I get embarrassed just thinking about how silly I was and how I used to. I think the reason why I like Anne so much is because I feel like I am Anne.
Right.
Like I constantly had a story going in my head about everything.
Yeah.
And everything was romantic. It didn't matter if it wasn't, it was.
I love how dramatic she is.
She's so dramatic, and I am so dramatic. And I think about how dramatic I was as a kid, and I think my poor parents had to live with a silly person for so long. Yeah. And but still, the things, even though I was silly, the things that I thought or whatever, they weren't like, I wasn't a horrible young adult.
Right.
And I think that's what you're talking about in the book. Like, they're just horrible young adults.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
They're just not great people.
It's okay to not like them. It's one thing if a young adult is just silly or talks too much. We don't ever grow out of it. I'm not a young adult and I still talk too much.
Yeah, I feel that.
It's okay for them to be that way. But the ones who are mean are usually adults who are mean.
Yeah.
And nobody likes them. And if you are reading or writing a murder mystery, they're the ones who get killed.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's
and
the truth.
The rest of us are happy about it.
Yep.
So.
I hate when like you're reading a book and you can't stand the character and you don't even realize, like, do I really not like this person? I don't know. And then something bad happens to them and you're like, ha ha ha, finally.
Yeah, and then you feel like a bad person.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it's not real.
Yeah. So I think it really says a lot when a YA like book or YA series, when it really stands like the test of time with adults. Yeah. I think that is like proof of a really good book. Yeah. Like and I don't know if you've read them. Everybody else in the world has. The Hunger Games books.
I have not.
No. Oh, Becky.
I know. I still haven't read the Twilight series either. So.
I'd rather you read Hunger Games. I mean, I haven't read Twilight again in a while. I think I will reread that soon to see if I still enjoy it. I've heard that when you reread them as an older adult as opposed to like a teenager, it's you sort of think that the characters are stupid, but it's still fun to read and you still want to read it. I have not tested that for myself. But the Hunger Games, Becky.
When the Hunger Games were first like really super popular, I was working at a different location. Uh-huh. And one of my favorite bosses at the time was reading them. He really enjoyed them. He was always talking about them.
They're great.
So
they're really good books. They really are. And speaking of Scribd again, I don't have those books physically. I would love them as a gift if anybody would like to contribute to that. But I reread them by listening to them on Scribd. All three of them, including the newer book that was published like last year, which a lot of people are conflicted about that one. but I read all of them again and I was like, oh, these are so good. I can't stop and I won't stop. Like, they're so good. The plots, the characters, the action, it's so well done. And then the ending of the series, the original trilogy was just so good. It just all came around. It was a solid, good ending.
Y'all
was
can't
so
see
good.
her face, but I can tell.
I'm like in dreamland. They were so good. You really should read those. I think you would really enjoy those.
I have to get through Harry Potter first.
That's fair. And I'm piling a lot on for you right now. Starting with Station 11, Harry Potter, now the Hunger Games.
I have a lot of years to catch up. I haven't read in a while.
It's okay.
I mean, I've read like here and there, but I haven't like, when I was a teenager, I was reading all the time. Yeah. Like constantly I had a book.
Yeah. It's so funny because like when I was younger, like I liked to read, but I just didn't read as much. Nowhere near as much actually as I read now. And now I'm like constantly reading.
You make me feel like a bad person sometimes. I'm like, why is she reading so much and I haven't read anything?
Nah, it's because I can't help it. I have to. Like if I'm going anywhere and at any point in time I will have downtime and I could possibly be bored, I will have at least one book with me. And if I'm close to the end of that book, I will have 2 books with me because I do not want to just sit around and be bored, first of all. And then second of all, I mean, there's so many books I want to read. Like it's hard. It's a hard life, Becky, being a reader. But I don't know if I'll ever get back to my Kindle book. I might see if I can buy that physically. The Wolf and the Woodsman.
I'm really interested in reading that one.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm not too far into it. So I can't really recommend it. I think I was only like maybe 3 chapters in before my Kindle went kaput. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Oh, the book club.
Oh my gosh.
That was like the biggest deal.
And I said something before we even started.
I wrote that down afterwards. We didn't talk about one of the things we want to do with other people is a book club. That would be so fun. I don't know how we can get other people's audio in, or if we just need to read their comments that they send us via email. We don't know all that stuff yet. I think that would be so fun if we could do a book club. We can either post a picture of books on Instagram and everybody picks and votes, and we read that one that everybody voted on.
Right.
We were thinking of doing a few separate book clubs once we have Patreon set up, though, right?
Yeah. And that should definitely be a Patreon thing, I think.
Yeah, that would be so fun.
It would be super fun if we were reading the same book with other people. That would be extremely fun.
Yeah, I agree. So that was the main thing that I forgot to mention last week, and I wanted to make sure that got mentioned. I hope everybody would be interested in that. I think that would be fun. Becky thinks that would be fun, and we could probably post like a variety of genres or something, like a thriller, a mystery, a romance, or a action book.
And we
contemporary.
We could do it where the one with the most votes was the first book we read. Like, still read all of them.
Oh yeah.
But like do
in order.
Yeah.
Or like then once that one's gone, we can post the next 3 and see who wins that one, and then that one's next.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Something like that.
Something. All right.
I'm sure like everything else, it'll start to progress as we go on.
I agree. Well, this has been so fun. I feel a lot better about this episode than I did the last one.
Same.
Yeah. I don't know how long this is going to take me to edit. It's not as long as our original time for our first episode, so we'll see. We're still new to this.
Yeah. I feel like it's still going to vary from week to week.
All right. So that was, I believe, everything. This has been fun.
All right, guys. And just like last week, don't forget to check out the notes. So we'll put links to everything on there. We'll have a list of the books we talked about, which were actually quite a few books.
Yeah, maybe more than last week.
Yeah, we just want to make sure that if you were interested in any of the titles, that you don't have to sit there and take notes through the thing. So it's going to be listed at the end, and what is it? Instagram. We don't have a website yet, so Instagram will be up there, and we're on Facebook as well. We haven't posted anything to Facebook yet, but I'm wanting to pull from Instagram. So once we have more Instagram posts, we'll have more Facebook posts. And so anyway, just check out the notes. Keep listening weekly so that you'll know when we're on Patreon, and then you can join Patreon. And
so sorry.
Oh my gosh, that can't be edited.
That's pure natural, baby.
Thank you guys for joining us for our second podcast, and we're super excited to just keep going. And as Anne always says, kindred spirits are not so scarce as I used to think. It's splendid to find out there are so many of them in the world. You guys that are listening, you're our kindred spirits. Thank you for listening.
Yes, ma'am.
Have a great week.
Bye.